Are we rolling? Okay, we're doing this. What's going on, guys? Carlos here, and welcome back to the channel. I have a brand new series that I'm starting right now in this episode. I'm a dad, obviously. If you guys follow us, we have two awesome boys, Ocean and Kingston, and I love tech. I'm always trying to find the latest and greatest tech that can help me be better, a better father, a better husband, things to make our lives easier. I am completely 100% in love with anything that has an on and off switch. I mean, let's face it, the guy inside of me really wants like the cool sports car, but sometimes the minivan is just way more functional. This is my new series on our channel called Technical Dad. So here we are, the first episode ever of Technical Dad, and I have an awesome piece of tech for you. Huge shout out to Sublue for giving me this awesome piece of tech and being the first people that I get to review in this new series. I think you guys are really gonna like it. We're gonna take a look at the Sublue White Shark Tiny.
Love the way you make me feel good. Love the way you sing my name. And how I wanna feel my whole world with you and no one else. And now our love will make us so much better. There will be no more lonely nights. Baby, if you let me try, I'll give you what you want.
Okay, so living on Maui, my family and I are always looking for some of the coolest things to take to the beach or just kind of anything to keep the fun going. So when Sublue reached out for us to review this, I thought it was a no-brainer. So here it is, guys. This is a White Shark Tiny from Sublue. Now, this is a prototype version, so it has these stickers and these numbers, which I kind of just left on. Let me tell you, I have taken this thing through the works. I have put this thing to the test. The folks over at Sublue have assured me that the new version, the production version, is even better than this. And yeah, this thing is pretty amazing. All right, so right off the bat, you can just tell that this thing is super compact. I mean, I'm not a big person, and this is, you know, it's pretty much the width of me. Not too bad, but it's got a lot of power for a little tiny device. It's not that heavy. Now, the battery, it does add some weight to it. My 3-year-old, he was capable of just kind of, you know, picking it up and getting it into the water, but it does add a little bit of weight, especially if you're gonna consider traveling with them. That is just something to be aware of. Now, what I'm showing you right now has this floater on top. When I tried it without the floater, he wasn't really capable of keeping it above water. Now, I could do it without the floater, but the floater just makes it easy for little kids. And I've never seen Ocean have so much fun. He would just do laps around the pool. In the ocean, he was going out further than he's ever gone with so much confidence, and he would ride back. It's really cool because it's super simple to take on and off. It has one of those GoPro mount screws, but I have it off just for this, and you literally just kind of wiggle it off, and the floater comes off, and you can store that, and then there you go. It really allows you to dive down and just kind of get pulled around. Really cool function is how modular this thing is. Everything comes apart. This metal bracket comes apart, and you just have this little unit. Which I thought, how cool would it be to attach one of these to the bottom of like a stand-up paddleboard or something. I may make a video on that because I think that would be so much fun. As far as the design goes, I think they nailed it. I mean, it's really cool. It kind of looks like a little torpedo. Now, the question that everyone is probably asking is, how fast does it go? How fast does it go? I weigh about 160 pounds. If I'm buying one of these things, I really want to be able to cruise through the water. Well, let me tell you, just the single one just this one right here. I'm 160 pounds. This thing pulls about 3 miles per hour, and it really isn't slow. I mean, it's a good speed, especially if you're wearing mask and a snorkel. You can just cruise around, and it's awesome. The only problem is that everybody around you is probably gonna wanna try it, and you know, I mean, sharing is caring, but come on, they're so much fun. Now, in terms of saltwater use versus freshwater use, they've tested these things in the saltwater. I live on Maui, I've taken it to the beach. I think the big thing is that you gotta rinse them out afterwards. The second we get home, we always rinse off all of our gear, all of our chairs. This just becomes part of that process. I did notice that my battery, one day I did not rinse it perfectly, and my battery got a little bit of corrosion. I rinsed it out, it went away, and that was no problem. These are investments. These are fun water toys that you don't wanna just throw around. I took them over to a buddy of mine's house. He has 2 kids. I literally put them together and threw them in the water, and they're about 9 and 7, and they figured out how to use it like that. I mean, no problem at all. They loved it. They were diving down to the bottom of the pool, cruising, and I think kids are. This is a no-brainer for kids. It's awesome for adults, but a no-brainer for kids, especially because of the floating. There are a handful of other underwater scooters on the market, but what I think makes this one super unique is the ability to put 2 together. They sell a dual mount that you can attach 2 of these together. It's really something else, because do the math. You have 3 miles per hour on this one, 3 miles per hour on a second one, and now you're cruising, holding 2 of them going 6 miles per hour underwater. It is unreal. The only bad part about doing the dual scooter is that only one person can use it. I think the advantage of having 2 of them is that when you have multiple people, you can all, share. But if you're alone and you put 2 together, you now have the fastest dual underwater scooter on the market, which I'm telling you, it's 6 miles per hour, just cruising underwater. Alexa said for all women, you gotta wear something because the water pushes down, and she was like trying to hold up her bathing suit. All right, let's talk about the bad. Obviously, nothing is perfect. We've had these for over a month now. I've been able to test them. I've dropped them, I've beaten them up, not washed them, just seen what these things can handle. But the bad, the battery. The battery only lasts about 30 to 45 minutes, depending what setting you're on. And 30 minutes is plenty of time. But the problem is you're most likely not gonna be using these alone. If you have 2 and there's 2 of you, you will get a good 30 to 45 minutes out of there. Most of the time, you'll go to the beach with your friend, with your spouse, with your kids, and everyone's gonna wanna take a turn, and 30 minutes is just not enough. I would highly suggest getting an extra battery or 2 if you can swing it. Each battery is gonna give you an extra 30 to 45 minutes. So if you had 2, you'll really get that full hour plus of use, and I think that's the sweet spot. Okay, so besides the battery, there's really nothing else to complain about. It's a really awesome machine. It's really well designed, and I think for someone who travels a lot, who goes on vacation or trips on the weekend to a lake or the beach, it is something that you can just honestly put in a backpack and just take with you. If I had to pick my one thing that I love most about it, is that it's so family friendly. My kids can use it. Now, Kingston, he's 1.5. He's a little too young, but they are coming out with an inflatable kickboard that you attach the scooter underneath, and then any kid can kind of just ride on top and cruise around. Now, the big question is, are these things worth it? For me, living by the ocean and going to the water constantly, I think 100% it's worth it. If you have a pool or go to the beach a lot or a lake, this is something that the whole family can use. It is just a fun, awesome piece of tech that anybody can use. It's fast, it's compact, and guys, it's a scooter that takes you underwater, and you can just hold your breath and just cruise. I like speed, I like the thrill of going fast, so 2 to me is my preference, but again, I have a family, I'm a family man now, so the fact that we can pass these around and everybody can get a shot, it's really something else. So where can you guys get this thing? Well, let me tell you, Subalu has a Kickstarter right now that's live. The link is gonna be in the description below or in my bio if you're watching this on Instagram. I highly suggest that you check it out. They're gonna be at a discounted price right now on the Kickstarter. With that cheaper price, they are for sure 100% worth it. They're super fun, super cool. I know that me and my kids are gonna be using these for a long, long time. I honestly can't wait to get my hands on one of the actual production models. If they say it's better than this one, I mean, let's go. Well, that wraps up our first episode of Technical Dad. Again, thank you so much, Subalu, for trusting me to be one of the first to review your product. It is absolutely awesome. We'll see you guys on the next one. And yeah, much love, God bless, and as always, chop liver. Bye.